class, and welcome to our Week 4 live lab session. Today we're going to talk about Chapter 13 in your UHB textbook and Chapter 19 in your LOM textbook. I'll give you some insight on your assignments as well as your discussions. This week, as in previous weeks, your TBLS discussion original post has to be posted by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you've answered that question with at least 5 complete sentences about the post. Start by defining what dignity means, then define self-expression. It's always a good idea to add an example to show that you understand dignity and self-expression. If I was a student, my post may say something like this. Self-expression is your feelings, your thoughts, and your ideas. Dignity is a sense of pride and self-respect. I believe it is an important part of self-expression because you want your feelings, your thoughts, and your ideas to show your sense of pride and self-respect to yourself as well as to others. For example, if I feel like someone has wronged me in some way, I will stand up for myself, but I won't be a bully or use unkind language. I will just make it clear that I am worthy and I will not be treated in that way. Both self-expression and dignity work together in our game of life. When others see you with your dignity and self-respect, in most cases, they are going to treat you accordingly. Then I'm going to have a minimum of 2 posts on 2 separate dates to either my instructor or my classmates. Remember, I agree and good posts are not going to count towards the content of that discussion post. So, in my reply, I may say something like, good post. I like the way you think about self-expression and dignity working together. I agree that we can treat ourselves with dignity and others will follow. Those with dignity tend to be trusted and respected by others. Your LOM discussion this week is about prostate cancer. We are to discuss the pros and cons of HIFU, HIFU, for prostate cancer treatment. We want to discuss why the United States should or should not approve this treatment for prostate cancer. And do we think that insurance companies will pay for this type of treatment? If so, why? If not, why not? So you have a lot to add to discussions this week on the treatment of prostate cancer. Make sure that you've given your original post by Wednesday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you've answered with at least 5 complete sentences about that question. That shouldn't be hard because there's a lot to discuss there. Remember not to just use good post or I agree when you're doing your responses. And those responses have to be posted on 2 separate dates. I'm looking for a minimum of 3 complete sentences, and those are due by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. HIFU is an abbreviation for High Intensity Focused Ultrasound, which is a treatment used for prostate cancer. Your keyboarding assignment is due by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We no longer require you to do a screenshot. I still see several students doing a screenshot and not using that template that needs to be downloaded and filled in. Once you've finished your week 14 lesson, or your lesson number 14, download the template that's found under your assignment instructions and make sure you type in your words per minute and your errors in the box that's provided on page 2. You will then save that file to your computer using your last name, first initial, underscore, lesson 14, and then upload that file to your assignment box. Your goal this week is to type at least 22 words per minute in a 2-minute timed writing with 5 or less errors. Your TBLS assignment this week involves writing a 2 or 3 paragraph paper answering the question. Each paragraph should contain 3 or 4 sentences at a minimum. How will you use constructive communication strategies to promote honest communications? A good way to start this would be to define constructive communication and tell why honest communications are important. Then you could give me an example of how you could apply those. Your UHB assignment is due by Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You want to list 4 claim determinations that can be appealed and what steps you're going to take and why. All of this can be found in your UHB textbook. You want to explain what an uncollectible account is and briefly tell the procedures that are required when you do an appeal submission. Make sure you use MS Word, WordPad, or Notepad to complete your assignment and then upload those to the assignment tab. I sent out a quick shot video. It's under Student Materials Week 4. They're going to help you understand these points. Also, you can find that video in your course announcements. This was just a quick overview of some of the things that we discussed today during our live lab session. We have a session like this every week, and you can look under instructor availability for your class time and date.